Hi there, it's Karen here. Welcome back to Moroccan Journal Monday, and today I thought we would make some ephemera to go in all our pockets. So I pulled out a whole bunch of things to make the ephemera with. I've got an idea now what I want to do with this, the door that I photographed when we were in Morocco. It doesn't look terribly straight, so I may have to straighten that up. I'm just going to have to work with it as it is, I think. I've got a few pieces of some masterboard. This one was done during Roxy's Weekly Challenge, but I thought the colours, or at least most of the colours would go. I thought that would make quite a nice journal card on its own. And we've got these pieces left over that we've used before, that I made previously. Can always make some more, but we've got a few other things we can use. So I've got some pieces from the Stamperia paper pad, all those goldeny, gorgeous background pages that I thought we could make some things with. Got a couple of full sheets of that and some scraps, so that will be very useful. We'll be able to do some things with that. And then I have this. Now I've had this for quite a while. When I had my surgery in January 22 and was feeling a lot better, but I was still in a sling, I had the urge to do things, to craft, and I wasn't sure what I could do. So I ended up making quite a few masterboards with scrapbook paper. This, however, I also did during the same period, but this is made on some, I think this is some, watercolour paper, so it's really thick. It was actually, I think it was an A3 piece, and in order to get it into my folder, because I've got some A4 folders, I had to cut this piece off, but I thought, well, it's a good piece to make journal cards with. And what I was doing, I had a pack of the distress crayons from Tim Holtz. Just one pack I bought myself quite a long while ago, and I didn't really know what to do with them. So I started playing with them on this watercolour paper with all the colours. You can see there's blue and green and a bit of a pinky colour and a more peachy colour. I think there was about five or six in the pack. And I was just rubbing them on, using some wet wipe to blend them all in. And I sort of did the whole sheet like that, first of all. So this has been layered up. So then, I don't know what order I did all these things, but I can see there's a lot of stamping on here. I also took some pieces of the sewing pattern paper, that kind of crunchy, tissuey sewing pattern paper. And there's quite a few bits of that just stuck on here in all directions. I didn't do anything in any particular direction. So as you can see, funny little bits of pattern here and there. And then there's all sorts of stamping. I've got some washi stickers dotted about. So yeah, I just had fun with it really, and just went a bit mad. And I haven't really known what to do with it. I know I had lots of fun, and I thought I might even try and do something like it again, because it was good fun, but I still only got the one pack of distress crayons, because that was the only thing I've ever found to do with them. But I do think it was ended up quite effective. I think there's some splotches and splatters of coffee dye as well, I think, by the looks of it. So yeah, I've just kept coming back and added more things over a period of time. So I thought actually this might be possible to use. We could just add some scraps of our papers. I've got a few scraps here, just scraps of the papers from the kit dotted about once I've made them into some shapes, journal cards, tags and things. And we could possibly incorporate this into our journal, because the colours aren't too far off. I know there's blues and greens which aren't really in the kit, but I think we can have a bit of poetic license here and just try and make use of this, because I've been trying to find a way to use it for a while, and trying to think of things I can put it in. And I think we'll give it a go in this journal, even if we only use this piece. Make that into 2 tags. That'll be a start. It's quite. You could write on the back of this. It's very thick. This watercolour paper. It's very thick. So I think you could just write on it or just distress around it, and I think we won't even worry about backing it. So yeah, I think we might just use a bit of that. So we'll see how far we get. I don't suppose we'll make it, use it all today. We'll have to probably have a couple of sessions of doing these things just to make enough, because I've got obviously lots of pockets and I'd like to have lots of things stuffed into the journal. So I think what I might do is start with my start with my door today. So I had a thought what I might like to do. I think if you look on the back, it looks pretty straight. I think it's just the picture's not really straight, so it looks a little bit, because it wasn't. I think the door was maybe slightly open, so it looks a little bit odd. But I thought what I would do with it. I've got some various bits of plain paper. So this is a piece of paper from a fly sheet of a book. It says £2. That was because that was a charity shop book. What I thought I might do is glue that on there and then fold it on over like that, so it opens out, and then it would be stuck onto the page so that you can open out the door, and you'd have some writing space. So I think what I'll do is I'll fold it over there. Let's see if we can get it straight. Let's hope I've made it big enough. So the glue on there, and it will be glued onto the page there. So I'll cut that down so that it's hidden behind the door. And the door's stuck to my mat now. And then we'll trim that piece off. I'm wondering whether to tear it, because I quite like the torn look. No, I think I will trim it so that it hides completely behind the door. I could end up losing more paper than I want to if I start tearing it, couldn't I? Don't know what got stuck to my blade here. Must have been when I was doing some trimming yesterday. Right. I've got that. And then, so that will glue onto the page, and that will be the door. I'm just wondering whether to make, I think the page would be, this is quite a tall piece, so I think I will trim it off when I've stuck it on. I think that's the best thing to do. Okie dokie. Let's get started then. I might glue around it, ink around it after I've glued it on. We might add a little bit of something, I'm not sure, a bit of embellishment perhaps. So how's everybody doing? I hope you're all well out there. When you see this, we will still be on our little trip to Germany. I think this will be the day we come home. This will go up on the Monday that we're coming home. So it's only a short trip, just a long weekend really. But hopefully, we are hoping to do a day trip on the Rhine. It would be lovely if we could do that on our anniversary, because that would be a lovely way to spend it. But we haven't really investigated yet, and we should. Whether we can book ahead or whether we'll just take a chance on it, I'm not sure whether that's a good idea or not. I don't know how popular Bonn is as a destination for tourists. I don't really know. I mean, I was there in 1977. So yeah, long time ago. Right, so I might just... No, I think I'll leave it as it is. I'll just trim it off a little bit, because I don't mind a little bit poking out. Just seems to be sticking out a bit more than I would like on that side. And then I'm going to trim it off at the bottom. Get rid of those bits. As soon as I start get more glue on my fingers than I do anywhere else, and then I can't get rid of things. I can't. Well, that's still not right, is it? Because it's not. It's completely flush there. So clearly there might be an issue with how straight it is, but that's where the picture goes, so I'm going to have to stick with that. Okay, so let's just do a little inking. I'm really having trouble with this dauber because look, I bought the domed one, which works very well as an inker. But when you want to put it down, I'm so used to doing that with my old one, and it just falls over, or it rolls right off the table. The number of times I'm picking this thing off the floor. I don't know if you've tried these ones. They're quite good, but I think if I can, I'll go back to the flat ones, just because I like to just be able to put it there and know it's going to stay there. Yeah, that bit of ink just kind of brings it all together somehow. And I might try and put a little decorative something on it. And I'll go around these bits as well. Right. So that goes like that. Now, okay, I feel like I want to put a little something on these. I don't know. I don't want to cover up all the prettiness. Maybe I just need to do a little something down the edge, maybe, because otherwise you could end up having highlights and then this bit would sort of fade into the background, wouldn't it? What could I use? What little pieces could I use? Maybe. Put a little something in the middle, maybe. I would like to use something for to denote the doorknob. That's the word, doorknob. Bear with, I'll just go and see if I can find something that I can use there just to make the doorknob. Right, I think I found something to work as a doorknob, but before I do that, I think I'm going to go around it with my gold paint stick just to add a little bit of extra luster and interest to the door. And I've also been thinking about a closure, because we want the door to be openable and also closable. So I think I've given myself a few options, but I think I know what I want to do. There we are. It's giving it a nice golden edge. Right, have I got any gold on my fingers? Not too bad. So I've got this little pot of sequins. I bought them ages ago. Lots of pots of different colours. So this is all sort of browns and bronzes and things. I'm thinking which one will work best. Where's my little magic tool? Where's it gone for picking things up like this? I can't seem to find it, so I use my tweezers. I'm sure it's there somewhere. I just can't see it. So I'm just going to pick these up and see which one looks best. So this is quite a shiny one, which maybe would be nice just to pick it up. This is more of a brassy colour, which is closer to the colour of the actual knob. I think maybe I'll go with that. Yep. Bit of little glue. Glue him on. Press that down for a moment, wait for it to to hold. So it'll be glued to the page, but I'm not sure if this will stay flat. It might do, but I thought it'd be nice to have something to close it up. And I was looking at some twine and various things, but then I thought maybe some Nice golden yellow sari silk would do the job. So I thought I might put that round the middle. Oh yes, the other thing was to try and find a little bit of trim to cheer it up. So I did raid my Christmas box and I found these. So I'm thinking, I don't know whether to go for the rickrack or the other one. It depends on which colour goes best, really. I might try this very narrow trim. So I thought I might just put a little bit at the bottom and a little bit at the top. I think I might do that just to give a little pizzazz. Yep, a little bit there. And then we need to make sure this is even. And then I can do a bow. No, I think I need to turn it round the other way so that the join is not so visible. Of course, it's one of those pieces that has a join. Okay, and then we'll just tighten a nice bow. And I will stick the back of it, the ribbon, underneath. Stick it to the back of this piece so that it will stay in place and not shift up and down. But that's alright for the moment. I'll just do that roughly because it will need to be redone. But it just, yeah, just gives it a finishing touch, I think. It's a bit tatty with all the fraying, but I don't mind that. I quite like it. Right, so that's one piece. That's just a little journaling piece that I can just pop in. I mean, it could go in a pocket, but I quite like the idea of the opening out of it sitting in the book. So we'll put that somewhere. Right, shall we start on some actual tags and journal cards? Let's start with that odd piece here. Let's see what I can do with this. So this journal, this piece is, let's see how long it is. It's 11 inches, tad under 11 inches. So we'll cut it in half, go to about 5.5. It's about there. I mean, my trimmer only goes up to 5, so I have to kind of guess roughly where the 5.5 is. So, oh, excuse me, they're not identical, but it doesn't matter. And I'll just get my card for cutting the corners. Yeah, I think I'll use this one. Not those scissors, cut those out of the way. Fit with the journal, I'm sure we can do something. Let's get a few bits of paper out that we might be able to put on here. And I might also like some bits of book page, because that's all a feature of the kit, isn't it? Lots of book pagey bits, little bits of script here and there. So let's see if I can find a few bits to pop on here as well. Okay, just grabbed a few bits. Well, this is a nice piece. So I might pop that there. I did have a little piece of that. Oh, what about this piece here? Put that up there. Kind of just seeing what we can do, and I can use some of my ephemera pieces to finish it off, can't I? So I might put something there. What have we got? Let's have a look. Something like that. That would kind of bring it all together. That piece. What else have we got? These are all the small tags. Or this one. Oh, a couple here. Oh, what about that one? Something like that might work. And then we can have a little bit of something pretty at the top. Okay. And then on the other one, go with that. Maybe down there. I think we could go with something like that. It definitely brings in that Moroccan feeling. I probably should have maybe shaped these tops a bit more. Maybe in the next time I'll do some more shaping on the tops because they're to make them more in keeping, but I didn't think of that, so we're going with that. That's going to go up there. It's a bit square, isn't it? And then I might just take that scrap out. We don't need that. Let's see if there's any last little thing we need from from our little box. A little box of goodies. No. Okay, let's see if we can find a little piece of fabric just to add a touch to finish it off and give it some little bit of pizzazz, huh? Move you bits out of the way. Drowning in paper as usual. I'm looking for it, just can't find it. Right, I found a few of the tiny pieces after a bit of a search because they're so little they got buried. So this was a piece I cut off when I was doing those little clusters. If you remember the other day, last time I got a bit carried away and just kept going afterwards. I've got a whole little pile of these little clusters. Look at that little one. Oh, I could use that. Could I use that I could use that maybe. Some of them will be definitely for the next journal because it's got purple on it. Well, a couple of them, I think. Yeah, I don't know what that was doing in there. But yeah, I've got quite a few in here that might work for a variety of things. I'm going to keep that piece out. Okay. I just had a bit of fun with these. It's a bit of a rabbit hole, wasn't it? Oh, look at this one. This will be for the next journal. Love that. Anyway. Too much fun to be had. What shall we use? So I might just use that, but just... yeah, a bit too square for me, so I'm just going to pop the corners off. I might just pop that one on there. It's quite like that, and the corner off the top there. Even though it's under the book page, I'm still going to snip it off because I know. Right, that's going to go there. And I think I might use a piece of this lovely red and gold fabric on there. Right, let's start gluing a few things down. Put those over here. Put you to one side for a moment. Let's deal with this one. There will be some inking, so I will just speed this process up so it's more interesting to see the process of deciding rather than the actual application, isn't it? So as I often do, I will just speed this all up. Right, so I've glued it all down, and I've realised I've somehow missed a piece. I'm not sure where that was meant to go, but it will go somewhere another time. But I think that's fine as it is, and I have left this open at the side, so if I wanted to I could probably pop a little something in there. I don't know what at the moment, a little journal card or a little something would go in there. And I've just glued the odd layers of this down so it didn't flap about too much. But yeah, I'm happy with that. I think that looks quite nice, and it will go into a pocket somewhere. I might just do those corners. I know this is something that obviously Rachel does all the time, and I really like just taking those corners off. I like the way that looks, and I like the fact that it's less likely to make the corners curl up as you put them in and out of things. So I think that works really well. Have to remember to keep laying this thing down because it keeps rolling about. Right, so yeah, I think I'm happy with that one. And let's do the next one. And then we have a nice little topper for that one. So that's those two. I'm now wishing I'd put a little bit of gold on there somewhere. I'm going to go around the edges, I think, with the gold. I feel like it needs a little bit of pop. Could have gone around these little pieces, but I didn't, so I'm going to go around the main piece instead. Oh, should we do these corners first? Yes, I think so. I think we might have a little bit of paper coming off the background. This is the sewing pattern paper, I think, is just lifting here and there. Okay. Something was lifting. Yep. Corner of this piece, must have missed it. Alright. So that's that one. That looks a bit better, just that little touch of gold around the edges, and I'll do the same on this one. Right, 2 tags ready to go. Pop in the box. Now we have this lovely piece of whatchamacallit, masterboard. Oh dear. The words are failing me today. So although the writing's going that way, I think they're probably going to go that way as far as journal cards go. I'm just wondering, where's my scissors gone? Just take that bit off. That's quite a nice size for a big journal card. I'm wondering, I'm going to look in the journal, see how big I need my biggest journal card to be, which will probably be the one for the... Oh no, this is upside down, don't worry. Just doing it for size. The belly band is here, and it just hoping to open to that belly band. How big do I need this to be? It's almost the right size, isn't it? If I trimmed it a little, I think that would work in there, and I just need to put a focal point on it. And I might leave that as it is, because I love this piece, and I wouldn't really want to cut it up too much. So let's just treat this as a journal card in its own right, rather than just a masterboard to be cut up. I think I need to take a touch off, take it off one end, just to make it fit properly. Make sure it's straight. Entirely convinced that is straight now. It seems to be. Let me just double check that size, and then we'll go ahead and finish it up. Yeah, look at that. That's a lovely big piece for journaling, isn't it? And it really just... You see, you need the belly band to really pop, so because this is so busy in the background. But I do like that. So yeah, let's do what we need to do to make this look finished. So the first thing I want to do is the corners. In fact, I might use my really big corner rounder on this. I don't know what it is in inches, but this is a 10mm. Yeah, I think that works on this big card. I think that's about right. Yep. Okay, and then we'll link around the back, and I think I might put the gold. I have a feeling the gold is going to make an appearance on most of my pieces. I just heard the... Oh no, it's alright. I heard the doorbell, but Richard's gone. It's okay. It's been a busy one this morning. Right, let's... Thought I saw somewhere it was coming up a little bit, but I'm not sure. I'm sure I'll come across it at some point. Right, so what we need is a focal point, and I thought now I might bring in one of my photos. Let's see if we can find one that would work. And I'll probably layer it up a little, put something behind it. But so I've got these pieces I can use to layer. And I've got these. I mean, none of them are very big, but if we layer them up, they might look okay. Let's just find one that would work. I think that's a bit blendy. No. So that's the Casbah Cafe. I might take a bit of the blue off, but that might work. Not those. What about that one? Or this one with all the arches. Well, this is another lovely one with the arches. That'd be quite a good one because it's quite a big piece and this is a big card. Oh, excuse me. Still have the odd little hack now and again. Get a bit dry, I think. I'm a bit of a shocker for not drinking enough. Right, I think I might put that there. So what can we back it with? Oh, that one as well. We can put behind it just think these might not be big enough. Something like that. I'll be sad to lose the lantern, but I have lots of lanterns, really. I don't think any of the others are quite big enough, so maybe what I need to do is use a bigger piece of paper behind. I don't really need a lot. So if I was to just do a little board, just do a little mat with that, that would just, I think, would make this pop a little bit more. Yeah. I'm going to take this down. As I say, I don't need a lot of it. And that's not straight. And we have more scraps to use. Right. I definitely think this needs to be inked. Right. Is that the right one? Round, yes. And I'm just going to do my corners again. Let's bring this in. But I'm going to do the tiniest ones. I might just do a little bit of gold around this. Give it a little feeling of opulence. This was the was this the Bahia Palace? I think it was the Bahia Palace. This place. Or it could have been the Sardian Tombs. I can't remember one from another now. No, I think this was the Sardian Tombs, which was in the Casbah, very close to where we were staying. So that can go on there. And then that go quite nicely on there. Okay, so I'm going to glue this on. Oop. Get the gold off my fingers, otherwise I'll have dabs of gold everywhere. Not that I have a problem with that particularly. Oh, what's that? And I think I might leave a bit of room for another pocket. Okay. Try not to smudge all the gold everywhere. then this one I'm going to go around the, there's the top. I'm going to go around the 3 sides, so it's open to put a piece of something in the top. There we are. We might be able to pop a little something in there. But that is now ready. Is it? Is it ready? Do I need a little something on the side? I might do. I might like a little something along the side there. Just wondering whether to have a little bit of this. Not all of it, of course, it's just too wide, but a bit of that poking out the side would be quite fun as it sticks out. Oh, I like that. Is that the right one? I think the other one is not enough of that. So I've got a couple of options of what I might like to use. So I've got that. How would that look? I won't know until I try, will I? I've also got some of this crochet lace with a nice zigzag edge, so that might work as well. So let's just, I'm just going to cut a piece because I'll use it somewhere, I'm sure. Even if it doesn't stay on here. I'm going to cut it down there. And then I think, how wide does it need to be? I mean, there is the option of this piece, this side, I suppose. I might just cut it down the middle and see which side looks best. Give myself a lot of options here. It's never a really good idea, is it? But you need to be happy with what you've chosen, not just go for the first thing you see. Sometimes the first thing you see is the right thing, but not always. It's a case of whether the colour works. So we've got that. Or that. Which I'm kind of liking. Maybe I'll take a bit more off. Or, this one would need cutting down as well. A piece of something different, which I think would also work. I'm kind of inclined to go with this piece after all, but just cut it down a little bit more. Just there. Let's see. Yeah, I think I like that, unexpectedly. Right, so now am I going to get this to work? If it doesn't, we'll have to go with the art glitter glue and hope it sticks. Well, that took a lot longer than it should have, because this stuff really was not cooperating, and it was very, very long-winded. So I managed to just do enough to go around the edges, I hope. And then did the middle bit with the hot glitter glue. Yeah, it's behaving pretty much the same as Fabri-Tac, but at a fraction of the price. I'm going to put up with it, because I've now run out of Fabri-Tac anyway, and I'm not proposing to buy any more. If all else fails, I have my hot glue gun. Well, I'm not keen on using it on something as holy as this, because I'll probably end up burning myself. Right, okay. So I think that's just as much as I would like to do. I quite fancy putting a little something on the corner now. Never quite happy. A little piece of this. I might just do that. Because it's on my desk. I think that would look quite nice there. I'm just going to do that. Yeah, I'm just going with the art glitter. I think this is light enough not to have a problem with that. Can't help myself, a little bit of finishing touch of bling. Just felt it needed something. And I have a feeling I may have been filming for quite a long time. Luckily, a lot of it can be speeded up and edited out, so we should be within the realms of a reasonable length of video, but once I've done all that. But I think we'd better stop. I could go on. I may well go on and make a few more things off camera, which I'll show you next time, just to get things moving forwards, because it takes me a while to put these things together. So we have done, not many, but we've done things that I'm really pleased with. So we did the door that's going to be a journal spot and is going to open up when it goes in the journal. And these two tags from the masterboard that I did, well, sort of masterboard, it's more of an art journal board, I don't know. Anyway, that's those. And then this lovely big journal card, and this has got a little tuck spot. This has got a little tuck spot. And this has got a pocket. So lots of even more space to pop things. So thank you for joining me for this fun Moroccan journal. And I really enjoy doing these things. I love all the bling and all the prettiness. So join me. Hope you'll join me for the next one. Bye for now.